Hello, my name is Kat. Welcome to my channel. Today we have a wrap up for the month of October. Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today's video is a wrap up. We're gonna check the books that I read during the month of October. I supposed to read a lot. It didn't happen. This October, November, and December, I'm going to play my TBR game that is going to help me to have an idea what I'm going to read during that month, give me a lot of options that I can read during that month, and also fill up some of my goals for the whole year that I put it at the beginning of the year. However, this month is been busy at work, surprisingly busy, good, busy because money wise, I was able to make some good money this month that I wasn't expected. So money wise good, reading wise not so good because I was working over 10 hours a day or something like that. So I getting home, I'm tired, I don't want to read anything, I don't want to focus on anything. Reading needs your concentration a little bit more than watching a TV show. So I wasn't able to read too much. And I wasn't able to do too many videos that I was planning to do it because technically I'm supposed to have time to do those videos and edit them. I didn't. It's not an excuse, it's my reality, is the type of life that I have. I'm a slow reader, plus my work that takes sometimes a lot of hours of my time doesn't allow me to read too much or do the videos that I was thinking to do or planning to do. And it's okay. My reading is a hobby. Me doing these videos is a hobby, is for me to just keep me motivated and do something different besides work and besides my other regular routine that I have. And I will keep doing it. I don't have too many subscribers, it's fine. Whoever is watching the video, thank you so much. It's just me trying to show you what I read, what I think about those books, that what I'm planning to read, and do something fun with it. So, the month of October, I supposed to read a ton of books. I think it was 6 books for my picks for the TBR game, and also I have some books that I was thinking that they will fit the month of October. Did it happen? No, I'm gonna put it my TBR card that I made it for this occasion, special for this, so I can, make some notes on it and see how much I get it done. Anyways, let's start saying that I did have 2 books that they were like leftovers, or I was carry on from the previous bingo cards that I have, and I still have them. So one is actually super short. I don't know why I'm not able to get this one done. Maybe I should start with this one. Is La Casa en Llamas, Maximiliano Barrientos. This one's supposed to be a book pick from a different country, since I'm reading too many books from United States and UK, and I'm living in United States right now. So I thought my country, my home country, it will be another country. So I picked this one. It's super, super short. I should able to read it. I actually started. I don't know why I'm not keeping it. Is I have to restart it actually because I don't remember too much about it. So this one is still carry on for my next month for sure. But it was not successful. And this one, it was another one that I was carry on from last bingo card game that we have. And I wasn't liking it a lot. I'm still in the page 244. I'm gonna try to see it if I actually can finish it at the end of the year. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. If it's not gonna be done, it's not gonna be done. I'm probably gonna have to make a special videos for some books that I'm gonna DNF them for sure, like forever. And then we ended up doing it 3 audios, 2.5 audios. Okay, so 2 audios. We're gonna start with the shortest one. The one is Murder 101. That one actually I just finished no, like today. And it's fine. It's a cozy mystery. It's a witchy town. It's about this witch that she's living in a small school, and she's planning to do a business in it and do some catering, some plans for parties, and she has a high school reunion celebrating in this place, and a murder happened. They have to uh, resolve the crime with some people in the town, and they have to discover some secrets from the past. It's super short. It's about 2 hours and a half, maybe, and it's those kind of books that I pick it up just because of the. It's a novella, and to fit for the seasonal autumn. Did I like it? Yes, it was fine. It's very quick read. Like I said, it's only 2 hours and a half, so you can do some chores and listen it to them. I wasn't too invested in the story. I think the last month I have a better, um, like a successful month in the audio version section. The cozy mystery from last month, it was more interesting than this one, but it's one that you can do it in like a couple hours. It's a novella. The next audio I get, it was The Ghost of the Marlon House. This one was actually very interesting. It's a little longer. It's about this girl that she has this house. It belongs to her aunt, and the aunt died, and she gave it to her, and she's now the new owner of this house. But the house is haunted, and this girl can see ghosts, and they have to resolve the why this ghost is still haunting this house, why this ghost is still there. And while they're trying to do that, they discover another secret, another mysteries related to the house, related to this ghost. And also, she has a friend, and it's some small romance, not too much on your face. It's not even her romance, it's her friend's romance. So it was very interesting, very cozy, that kind of cozy mystery that I like. Very atmospheric. Do I like it? Yes. Do I recommend it? Yes. It's really good for the season. It's very atmospheric. The mystery is very interesting. It always keeps you intrigued, and it's just a cozy mystery. I did like it. It's not that long either. It's probably 6 hours, something like that, if I remember well. I did like this one. I highly recommend this one. The next one that I ended up doing it in audio. Not all of it. So this one is more like a mixed thing situation. This one is The Turn of the Screw for my book club. Uh, I kind of get half of the novella in a physical form, and I have to go back and start all over again and follow up with the audio. The writing style is a little difficult. It's not that easy to follow, and the story, I was expecting it would be a little spookier, but it wasn't. It's probably 120 something pages, so it's a really short uh, story. It's a novella again. Shouldn't take you too long to get it done. Probably it's a little longer than 120 pages, because I think the audio was about 4 hours or something like that, maybe less. So it's super short, anyways, and it's about those two kids that they living in a house. His their uncle doesn't live with them, but they just support them money wise, and he hired governess to take care of them, because seems like the last governess just disappeared, and the kids, they are a little difficult, and she needs to take care of them. And while she's there, she discovered that the kids, they were witness of bad things, and that's why they are behaving the way that they're behaving. She seems to like the kid, the boy kid, not honest, but seems like the girl is more nicer than the boy. So she needs to discover what happened with the kids, why they're behaving like that. The 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 writing, it wasn't really for me. It was really, really hard to follow. It's very like an old time writing, I guess. Is presented from the perspective of the governess. She's kind of telling you what happened to her in the place. She's telling you what she feels about the kids, and what she feels about the place, what she feels about these other people that works in the house. And the resolution of the story, it was okay too. I don't think it actually give you any solution to whatever problem was having them. It gives you like it seems like she's scared about something, but I never feel scared. I was just more concerned what happened with the kids, what they actually see, because when they're talking about it, they make it seem like it was something really, really bad. Like if we're thinking in our times, I can imagine a lot of bad things that they've been through. But when you think about those times, maybe it wasn't those things. It's hard to say because at the end, they never tell you exactly what they see or what they've been through. And I didn't like the writing style. So the story, I think, is interesting. You can kind of and dig around the story and figure out what it is about and see the psychological effects for the kids and all of it. I guess that's why it can be very interesting for you to read it or can call your attention. The writing style is not that easy to follow, I think. I believe so. Maybe my English is the problem, but I think that it's a difficult it's difficult to follow. It's not for me. And there, like I said, the resolution give me anything. I was expecting something spooky. It wasn't. I I think I didn't like it too much, to be honest. It's sadly because I was having a lot of hopes for this one. I was thinking I would really like this one, and it was happy that it was short and I would be able to read it super quick. And then ended up doing it like half of the book physical, then going back again to the beginning, and then doing the physical with the audio. I didn't like it. That's the conclusion I can have for this one, sadly. So the next book I read, it was Practical Magic. So this one is a very popular. We actually have a movie. I didn't realize it was a book, and you know the story about, if you watch my other videos, that I ended up buying a book that it was related to this series, and I didn't know it was related to this series, and I didn't know we have a whole series going on, and it was not the first book that I should read. I should read a different one first. I think this one is the first one that you have to read. I don't know. It's about this Owen family that they are usually girls, and most of them. And we follow the two sisters that they lost their parents, and they end up living with their aunts, and their aunts and them, they're witches. I think the book is a little darker than the movie. You see a lot of violence against women, and we see a lot of domestic violence, and a little more clear on the book than in the movie. So I think it's a little darker. If you want to read this and something it bothers you, maybe you need to be aware that it's going to be a little more specific details on the book than in the movie about domestic violence. Uh, they ended up like they every time when these girls they fall in love, something bad happened to whoever get like related to them. The town doesn't like them because they are witches, and all those things related to the witch craft and all of it is not good, and they always been put it aside, and they feel that that's bad for them, so they're trying to be away from their aunts because they are not scared to be look like that, but the other ones they don't like it to be um, connected to that because they feel like people is bullying them and all of it. So the two little girls they end up kind of moving away from the aunts, and then they get in trouble and they end up have to call their aunts and everything for help. I have to say the aunts they are not really nice in general. I don't think the girls are really nice in general. I don't think I did like too much the main characters, to be honest. I think the movie does better job, and plus the kids from the two main kids, like if you watch the movie, it's another two little kids. It's like kind of three generations that you're looking during this book. So the third generation on this that we're following, they are a little older in the book than in the movie, and they are not very likable either. So I have a mixed feelings about it. I did like the fact that they are talking about those topics about domestic violence and how people mistreat women in general, how people mistreat people who is a little different, and how it's hard for some people to fit in. It was interesting to read that, but I didn't like too much the main characters, all of them. So that's why my, do I like it? Do I not like it? I think I did like it, but not that much that I was expecting to like. I think I was expecting to like it more, but I didn't. It's not too long. Uh, some parts they are a little slow, and some parts they catch you back your attention. But overall, I think it was fine. The next book I read is I'm in the middle of, is actually Masters of Death. This one is my old gray version, I think it is. This one is actually very interesting. I'm not too far in. It's about this woman that she became a vampire, and to for her to fit in, she needs to work like a um, relator. She sells houses, and she ended up getting a house that is haunted, and she needs to have some help to move this ghost from the house so she can sell this house. So far, I do like the world building that is going on. I do like the main character. Is some mysteries going on there about secondary characters too. So I think I'm having a good time with this one. I hope I can finish it in the next few days. So technically for October, I have one more day to go through. If I go at least half of it, and then the rest of the book I can finish in few days more, it will be great. So that will be not taking too much time for my November time for my TBR reading. But that's all I get so far. Sadly, my if you see my board that I'm going to put it somewhere in the screen, I have two books that I'm carry on. I have it, the book that it was for books in translation for my bingo card that I ended up not reading it. It's a very long one, so I didn't even try to read that one. Then I have the Anne Frank's diary that it was one of the picks that I get from my TBR game. The Deaths of uh, Master of Death is actually one that I have hopes that I'm going to finish, and this one it was for one of the prompts that I get on my TBR game too. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I was planning to get it in my Kindle. I didn't get the thing from the library because I wasn't planning to buy it. And anyways, I didn't have time to read it. So that was it was one for my prompts too, like for my TBR prompts. Magical, practical magical. It was one of my prompts that it was unlock something. I should put the things here. Anyways, we're gonna see it in the TBR game, I guess. I ended up reading it. Victoria Thompson, it was another book that I get it in my TBR game that I was planning to read. Didn't happen. I have like a repetition here. Huh? I didn't realize it. Well, 1996, it was one book that I was planning to do for my bingo cards, for the historical bingo cards. Agatha Christie, I was planning to read it. Very Halloween, think Halloween party. Our House is the third time I think I put it in that I'm planning to read it. I ended up not reading it. It's a really interesting book, I think, that I think it fits very good for the month of November and October. I didn't realize I put double 1996. I don't know why. Well, it's there. Didn't happen. The Turner Screw is done. It was for my book club. Oracle, I was planning to get the second book because last year I did the first one in audio, but the second book is actually I need to buy it, and I wasn't planning to buy it because mostly I'm trying to do those seasonal audios from books that they are part of the Audible subscription, or if I can find them in my library. And this one wasn't for free, so I decided to don't bother too much. I will try to see if I next year I ended up reading it. Um, and then we got the Ghost and the Murder, that it was two picks that they are not part of my TBR game, that I just picked them because it was very seasonal related. Conclusion, not too much books done. One thing I wanted to do today, and I hope it's okay for you, I think it's gonna be okay, is I usually do a video for did I read my TBR from last year? Yes, no. Um, and I kind of check it out and I realized that much didn't change for the months of September and October. So it's not point for me to do a whole video telling you exactly the same thing that is in my book hauls because it wasn't too much progress. So I'm just going to put again on the screen and you're going to see it. Like on my book haul of, on 2022, I ended up getting 9 books. 3 were part of my collection. One is Scary Stories, I think it is. Let me see. Detective stories, then is a Library of America book, then is When We Were Young, very young, a Mile. Then we have Bloomsbury Girls that I was planning to read, and then The Devil Takes You Home, that it was one of my Book of the Month picks. And then we have Bubble for Kwan, and Last Call at the Motel Imperial, that it was a non-fiction. Those are still my priorities, exactly the same. I still unread the other 5 books, but 3 are part of my collection, and 3 are 2 of them they're unread, but it's okay to be there. I ended up having only 2 books done. So it's the Yang Chain in audio version that I did it last year, I think. I ended up having this one done. So this year, the only book that I changed is The Gentleman on Paris that I read it this year. That gave me like an extra book. And this one I highly recommend it. I did like it a lot. I really love it. So that's the only change on the year of 2022. If we're moving on to the 2023, I ended up having 15 books. From the 15 books, I have part of a collection. I have probably one because it's a whole box of 3 books that they are from an author that writes in Spanish, and it's the name of Santiago Portoguillo, that is a very popular author for the Spanish speakers, I think. And I have a lot of books that they're my brothers bring it for me last year. I changed something, not really. The only 2 books that I read from all these 15 books is Richard Osman, Thursday Murder Club, that I did like it. I do recommend it. And then the Starling House, that it was at the beginning very interesting, but then I kind of lost interest in at the end of the book. It was fine. I still remember most of it. It's very appropriate, I guess, for the spooky season if you want to think about it, but it was not like blowing my mind. So that's all I read from those 2 book hauls, and pretty much no change. So hopefully next year I will have more change and we can do a appropriate video for this one. And I think that's it. I ended up talking a lot. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you want to know if I post another video, ring the campanita, and thank you for watching. Bye.